You wake up shivering, not because you're outside, because you're inside. A thin layer of ice covers part of the cabin wall. Your breath hangs in the air like smoke. The blanket wrapped around your shoulders feels damp and useless. It's only November, and winter is just getting started. A few months ago, you were traveling west toward California. The journey was supposed to be difficult. Nobody expected it to become a fight for survival. Now you're trapped high in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Snow blocks every path out. Food is disappearing. The temperature drops lower every night. And before this winter ends, many of the people around you will be dead. 1. The shortcut that went wrong when you left Missouri, the future looked bright. California promised opportunity, land, a fresh start. The wagon train moved steadily west, and despite the hardships, most travelers remained optimistic. Then word spread about a shortcut, the Hastings Cutoff. It promised to save time. Many believed it would help them reach California faster. Instead, it cost them precious weeks. Weeks lost crossing difficult terrain, weeks lost struggling through deserts, weeks lost fixing problems that never should have happened. At the time, the delays felt frustrating. Now they feel fatal, because every lost day brought winter closer. 2. The mountains close behind you. By the time your group reaches the Sierra Nevada, the weather is changing. Snow appears on distant peaks. The air feels colder. Some travelers are worried. Others insist there's still enough time. You want to believe them. Then the storm arrives. Snow falls heavily. Then it keeps falling. The trails disappear. The mountain passes vanish beneath white drifts. Wagons stop moving. Oxen struggle to walk. Within days, escape becomes impossible. The realization spreads slowly. You're trapped. Not for a few days, not for a week, for an entire winter. 3. The first taste of fear. At first, people remain hopeful. The cabins provide shelter. Food supplies still exist. Surely help will come. Surely the weather will improve. But every morning brings more snow. Every night feels colder. The inside of your cabin is colder than many modern refrigerators. You wake up with frozen fingers. Your feet never seem warm. Even sitting still burns energy because your body is constantly fighting the cold. Outside, snowdrifts continue growing. The mountains feel less like nature and more like a prison. 4. Dinner gets smaller. The food situation changes gradually. Then all at once. Tonight, your family shares a piece of dried meat no bigger than your hand. Yesterday, it would have been a snack. Tonight, it's dinner. Nobody complains. Nobody wastes a single bite. People begin counting meals, calculating days, estimating how long supplies might last. The numbers are terrifying. The winter has barely begun, and already everyone knows there isn't enough food. 5. The animals become survival. Eventually, the livestock become impossible to ignore. The oxen that once pulled wagons now represent something else. Calories one by one, animals are slaughtered, every scrap is used, nothing is wasted. For a short time, morale improves. People eat, strength returns, hope flickers back to life. Then the meat begins running out. And the same question returns. What happens when this is gone too? 6. The mountain doesn't care. December arrives. Then January. The storms continue. Some days the snow is so deep that stepping outside feels impossible. The world beyond the camp disappears beneath endless white. The mountains don't care about your plans. They don't care about your suffering. They don't care that children are hungry. The cold remains relentless. You begin measuring time differently, not by days, by meals. And there are fewer of them every week. 7. The forlorn hope. One morning, 17 people leave camp. Nobody cheers. Nobody celebrates. Everyone understands the odds. These people aren't going on an adventure. They're attempting the impossible. Some wear makeshift snowshoes. Some have shoes patched together from oxhide. A few lack proper winter clothing entirely. They disappear into a world of snow and ice. For days, nobody knows whether they're alive. Every person remaining behind understands the truth. The mountains have already defeated stronger people than this, yet they leave anyway, because staying means death. And maybe moving does too. 8. Hunger changes everything. By February, the conversations change. Nobody talks about California anymore. Nobody talks about the future. Nobody talks about the farms they plan to build. They talk about food. Constantly breakfast, dinner, old family recipes, meals they once complained about. The human mind becomes obsessed. You dream about food. You wake up thinking about food. And eventually, some survivors begin considering something they once believed impossible. 9. The darkest point. Starvation strips away certainty. It strips away comfort. It strips away normal thinking. People become weak. Movements slow. Faces grow thinner. The camp feels quieter. Deaths become more common. Every loss affects everyone. The survivors face decisions that would have been unimaginable months earlier. History remembers the Donner Party because of those decisions. Not because people wanted to make them, but because they believed they had no choice. It's one of the darkest chapters in American survival history, and it emerged from a simple desire to stay alive. 10. Rescue finally appears then. After months of suffering, help arrives. The first rescue party reaches the survivors. Many people are barely recognizable. Children have become skeletal. Adults struggle to stand. Some survivors cry. Others simply stare. The nightmare isn't over immediately. Multiple rescue missions are required. Not everyone survives long enough to leave. But for the first time in months, hope becomes real. The mountains that trapped you all winter are finally losing their grip. So, could you survive the Donner Party? Maybe, but survival wouldn't depend on bravery alone. It would depend on timing. Luck, weather, health, and the decisions made long before the first snowflake fell. That's what makes the Donner Party so terrifying. The disaster didn't begin when winter arrived. It began months earlier, with choices that seemed reasonable at the time. And by the time people realized the danger, the mountains had already closed around them. More than 175 years later, the story remains one of history's most haunting survival disasters, because it forces us to ask a difficult question. How far would you go to stay alive? If you enjoyed this historical survival reconstruction, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because next time, you may find yourself trapped in another moment where survival comes at an unimaginable cost.